There comes a time in every soul's journey when heaven begins to whisper louder than before. Not through thunder, not through fear, but through moments that make you pause and wonder. That's when Archangel Michael steps forward, not to frighten, but to awaken the sleeping spirit within you. Right now, as you hear these words, something deep within your heart is stirring. You can feel it, a quiet recognition, a familiar pull, as if this message was meant only for you. That's because it is. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved child of light, this is not a coincidence. You were guided here. Every event, every delay, every struggle was part of your path leading to this moment. Heaven is calling your name. You may have felt tired lately, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Perhaps you've been carrying invisible burdens, showing the world your strength while hiding your tears in silence. Maybe you've asked questions in the stillness of the night. Why do I feel lost? Why am I here? When will my peace return?" And now, heaven answers. Your peace never left. You only forgot where to find it. Archangel Michael's voice is steady, powerful, yet gentle. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are a divine creation, chosen for a purpose greater than your pain. The time has come to awaken the light that you've kept hidden for too long. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let go of everything else for now, the noise, the worry, the pressure to be perfect. This message is your safe space, your holy pause, your divine reset. Michael continues. The earth is shifting. Hearts are awakening. Souls are remembering who they are. You are part of this sacred movement, a wave of light sent to bring balance and healing where there has been fear. Perhaps you've noticed changes in your life recently. Relationships fading, emotions surfacing, things you once cared about no longer mattering. That's not chaos. That's clarity. Heaven is removing what no longer aligns with your higher path. Sometimes we think life is falling apart when it's actually falling into place. Michael says, don't fight the release. Don't mourn what is leaving. Every ending carries a hidden blessing, and every loss is making room for new light. Close your eyes for a moment. Visualize a brilliant white light above your head, soft, warm, and peaceful. It's the presence of the divine, flowing down through Archangel Michael's wings, surrounding you now. This light touches your thoughts, calming them. It touches your heart, soothing the ache you've carried. And it wraps around your soul, whispering, you are safe. You are seen. You are loved. This is not just a message. It's a spiritual activation, a reminder of who you truly are beyond the noise of the world. Michael speaks again. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are not the opinions of others. You are light. You are love. You are eternal energy in human form. Let those words sink in. Every cell in your body begins to respond. You feel lighter, stronger, clearer. This is what happens when divine truth enters the human heart, it begins to remember. Remember that time you almost gave up, yet something invisible gave you strength? That was your angel beside you. Remember that moment you felt sudden peace after crying? That was heaven reminding you that you are never alone. And now, that same presence stands before you again, saying, this time, don't just survive. Awaken. Rise. Step into your purpose. Archangel Michael reminds you that you were born with divine assignments. To heal, to teach, to love, to create, to shine. But the world made you forget. Now, heaven is helping you remember. If this message touched your spirit, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, not just for more messages. You are not just here to exist. You are here to expand. Every lesson, every tear, every moment of pain was molding you into the light bearer you were always meant to become. Michael's message grows brighter. The time has come to stop dimming your light for the comfort of others. The world needs your voice, your compassion, your truth. When you walk in love, heaven walks beside you. When you choose faith, the universe opens doors no man can close. Feel this truth in your heart. You are part of something divine. The reason you have endured so much is because your soul is strong enough to hold the vibration of miracles. Michael says softly, "Beloved, this is your awakening. The storms you have faced were not sent to break you, but to reveal your strength. Now, the light within you is ready to rise. And as His presence surrounds you, your fears begin to fade. The pressure in your chest lifts. The confusion in your mind clears. Peace enters like a sunrise after a long night. Heaven whispers through Him. You were never walking alone. Every prayer was heard, every tear was seen, and every struggle was recorded in Heaven's memory. Now comes your season of renewal. Let these words echo inside you. I am awakening. I am chosen. I am protected. I am loved by the divine. You may not see what's ahead yet, but you don't need to. You only need to trust that Heaven already has a plan. So as you listen, open your heart and say quietly, Archangel Michael, I am ready. I open myself to divine guidance. Lead me into the light, and show me my purpose. This is your moment. This is your call to awaken. You are not here by chance. You are here because Heaven chose you to hear this today. The light has come. Now, it's time to rise. When a soul begins to awaken, light does not just enter from above, it rises from within. At first, that light can feel confusing. You may sense your emotions intensifying, old memories resurfacing, or unexpected tears flowing. Do not fear them. Every wave that comes to the surface is simply the ocean of your soul releasing what it no longer needs. Archangel Michael reminds you. Transformation never begins in comfort. It begins in truth. Truth is the mirror that Heaven holds before you. It does not show what the world calls perfect, it reveals what is real. Sometimes that truth whispers, you have been strong for too long. Sometimes it says, you've given your power away in trying to please others. And sometimes it simply asks, are you ready to live as who you truly are? Take another slow breath. Feel the air entering your lungs like sacred light. As you exhale, imagine releasing the weight of expectations, the need to be understood by everyone, the pressure to always know what comes next. Michael's presence grows stronger around you. He speaks again. Every time you choose honesty over fear, your wings expand. Every time you forgive, your frequency rises. Every time you love without condition, Heaven moves closer to you. You may not have noticed it yet, but each moment of forgiveness, each act of kindness, each silent prayer has been building a bridge between you and the divine realm. That bridge is what Archangel Michael calls the path of light. On this path, you will feel guidance in new ways, a quiet nudge, a coincidence, a repeated number, a dream that lingers. Do not dismiss these signs. They are the language of Heaven, translated through your intuition. Michael teaches that intuition is the soul's hearing. When you trust it, you begin to navigate by divine rhythm instead of worldly noise. And the more you listen, the clearer it becomes. He says, the universe will not shout to get your attention, it will whisper until you learn to hear. Perhaps you've already experienced moments when something inside told you to wait, or to go, or to reach out to someone, and later you discovered it was the right thing. That was guidance. Archangel Michael smiles upon every step taken in faith, even the trembling ones. Now imagine standing in a vast golden field at sunrise. The sky opens like a promise. You can feel warmth on your face and a quiet knowing in your heart, this is what peace feels like. That image lives within you. It is the symbol of your higher self awakening. Michael says, do not chase peace outside of you, remember that you are peace itself. There will be days when you still feel uncertain. That's part of the human experience. When it happens, pause and invite the Archangel near. Say within your heart, illuminate my mind, strengthen my spirit, remind me that I am not alone. Immediately, a shift occurs, a lightness, a sense that something bigger is holding you steady. This is divine clarity. It is not the absence of storms, it is the calm that remains during them. Michael continues. The world may appear to move in chaos, yet heaven never loses order. You stand at the meeting point of earth and sky. Your role is to anchor light where fear once ruled. That is why certain challenges keep repeating, not as punishment, but as invitations to master faith. Each time you choose peace instead of anger, patience instead of frustration, you rewrite an old story and open a new chapter for your soul. You are learning the sacred art of surrender, not giving up, but giving over. Surrender says, I will do my part and let heaven handle the rest. In that surrender, your strength multiplies. You become a vessel of divine will. Opportunities begin to align, people appear to assist, timing becomes effortless. It is not luck, it is alignment. Archangel Michael reminds you. When you walk with faith, timing obeys you. Look back at your life for a moment. Can you see the times when doors closed only to protect you from paths not meant for you? Can you feel gratitude for the detours that led you to better destinations? That's the evidence of divine orchestration. The more you recognize it, the more miracles reveal themselves. Heaven's guidance is not limited to great revelations. It flows through the smallest acts, a kind word, a smile to a stranger, a moment of patience when you could have judged. Each small act becomes a spark in the collective awakening of humanity. Archangel Michael says, one healed heart can heal 1,000 more. Be the one who chooses light even when darkness is easier. And when you do, notice how your surroundings respond, how conversations soften, how opportunities open, how the air itself feels lighter. That is the reflection of your own vibration returning to you. Michael wants you to understand that faith is not blind, it is visionary. It sees beyond appearances into what can be. When you affirm light, light manifests. When you expect good, good expands. So today, make a quiet promise to yourself. I will no longer speak fear into my future. I will speak faith into it. Then watch how reality begins to align with your words. Because energy follows intention, and your words are keys that unlock new timelines of blessing. Michael concludes this part of the message with a truth that feels like sunlight. You were born to demonstrate divine courage. Not to be fearless, but to move forward even when you feel afraid. Heaven never demanded perfection, only willingness. So be willing. Willing to heal. Willing to hope again. Willing to believe that something beautiful is still waiting for you, even if you can't yet see it. Every dawn begins in darkness. Every seed grows unseen before it blooms. And every soul, including yours, must walk through forgetting before it remembers its own light. Archangel Michael extends his wings around you now, forming a circle of golden protection. You may imagine that light expanding through your home, your relationships, your goals, your dreams. Nothing harmful can exist within that light. It is peace itself. He says softly. Breathe. You are safe. You are guided. You are exactly where you need to be. Let that assurance settle deep in your heart. From this moment, carry the awareness that heaven works through you, not just for you. You are part of the divine team, a co-creator of light on earth. And as the second part of this message closes, feel gratitude rising within you. Thank heaven for every lesson that has shaped you, for every unseen hand that has guided you, and for every new beginning quietly forming even now. Because the journey continues, and in the next part, Archangel Michael will reveal how to walk in purpose, how to live each day as a living prayer, and how to let divine protection and clarity surround you wherever you go. The moment you begin to awaken to divine clarity, something within you starts to shift. You no longer ask, why is this happening to me, but rather, what is this teaching me? That question is the beginning of purpose. Every soul that walks this earth carries a divine blueprint, a sacred design written by the Creator before birth. Archangel Michael calls it the scroll of light, a living energy that holds your gifts, your lessons, your destiny, and the ways you are meant to serve this world. When you live disconnected from that scroll, life feels random, like walking through fog. But the moment you begin to align with it, patterns appear. Doors open that once seemed sealed. People enter your life not by chance but by divine appointment. Everything begins to make sense. The call of purpose. Archangel Michael says, purpose is not something you chase, it's something you remember. Your purpose has always been inside you, waiting for your awareness to rise high enough to meet it. Sometimes, pain becomes the teacher that brings that awareness. Sometimes, loss opens the eyes that comfort once kept closed. Every heartbreak, every closed door, every unanswered prayer was not a punishment, it was a redirection. Heaven was never taking from you, it was clearing space for what truly belongs to you. When you were brought to your knees, heaven was bringing you to alignment. When you felt alone, heaven was teaching you to listen. When you had nothing left to hold on to, heaven was showing you who has been holding you all along. That's how purpose awakens, not through comfort, but through surrender. Through the quiet realization that you are part of something eternal, vast, and infinitely loving. Michael's voice echoes softly, the question is not what you are meant to do. The question is, who are you meant to be while you do it? Because purpose is not only about your career, your talents, or your goals, it's about the energy you carry into every action. It's about how your presence changes a room, how your kindness ripples into others, and how your light shifts the atmosphere wherever you go. Signs that you're aligning with purpose. As you grow spiritually, signs of alignment begin to appear. You start noticing repeating numbers, 111, 222, 444, gentle whispers from heaven saying, "We're here. Keep going." You begin to feel drawn towards certain paths or people, while others quietly fade away. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth, because you start remembering you were created from worth itself. Michael smiles and says, when your soul remembers its mission, peace replaces pressure. You'll notice more synchronicities, the right words at the right time, songs that seem to speak directly to your spirit, moments that feel orchestrated by something unseen. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Each one says, you are walking in the flow of divine purpose. Embracing your inner light. But here's what Archangel Michael wants you to know, your light will sometimes make others uncomfortable. Not everyone is ready for the vibration you carry, and that's okay. You were never meant to fit in, you were meant to stand out and shine. When you dim your light to make others comfortable, you delay your own evolution. So instead, shine anyway. Speak truth with love. Let your authenticity become your ministry. Michael says, your energy is your assignment. Protect it, nurture it, and let it speak before you do. The world needs your frequency, your exact combination of experiences, compassion, and courage. No one else can radiate the same light you carry, because no one else has lived your story. You were shaped by every moment, every tear, every joy, every silence. Nothing was wasted. Not 1 second. Heaven has been sculpting your spirit into a vessel of wisdom and empathy, preparing you for the chapters ahead. That's why you are awakening now, not a second too early, not a second too late. How to live in purpose daily. Archangel Michael offers this guidance for living aligned with your divine purpose every day. Begin each morning in light. Before the world rushes in, sit quietly and say, Archangel Michael, align my steps with divine will. Let my thoughts be pure, my words be kind, and my actions be guided by love. This single prayer sets the tone for everything that follows. Follow peace, not pressure. Michael teaches that peace is heaven's compass. Whenever you face a choice, ask yourself, which option feels peaceful, even if it scares me? The answer that brings peace, not confusion, is the path guided by Spirit. Serve where you are. You don't need a stage or a platform to live your purpose. Purpose begins in how you treat others, how you speak to yourself, and how you show up in the smallest moments. Every act of kindness echoes into eternity. Protect your energy. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. Take time for silence, for prayer, for rest. You are not being selfish, you are recharging the light that others need. Trust divine timing. The delay is not denial, it's preparation. Archangel Michael says, "Heaven's timing may feel slow to your human heart, but it's always perfect in divine order." The transformation that purpose brings. When you begin to live aligned with divine purpose, everything starts to shift. Your relationships change, no longer built on fear or attachment, but on truth and resonance. Your goals evolve, you no longer chase status, you seek service. Your heart softens, where once there was resentment, compassion now blooms. You stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" That's when heaven smiles, because you've moved from ego to essence, from survival to creation. Michael says, when you serve love, love serves you back 1,000-fold. And it's true, blessings begin to multiply in unexpected ways. Opportunities come to you effortlessly. You meet people who mirror your higher frequency. Even challenges no longer feel like punishments, they feel like sacred training. Your life becomes a living prayer, every breath, every word, every step infused with purpose. And through it all, Michael walks beside you, clearing your path, cutting away fear, and whispering strength when you need it most. The armor of light. Archangel Michael's final teaching in this part is about protection, not from the world, but from the illusion of fear. He says, your greatest protection is not walls or weapons. It is light. When your heart radiates truth, darkness cannot enter. Every morning, imagine yourself surrounded by a sphere of radiant blue light, Michael's divine energy. See it expanding outward, shielding you, your home, your loved ones. Inside this light, nothing can harm you, nothing can disturb your peace. This light is not just energy, it is divine intelligence. It knows where to guide you, when to warn you, and how to lift you beyond confusion. Trust it. And when you feel uncertain, say aloud, Archangel Michael, lead me on the path of purpose and protect me with your light. Instantly, you'll feel a subtle calm, as if invisible wings have wrapped around your soul. The gift of alignment. As you continue walking this path, you'll notice that divine purpose doesn't demand struggle, it flows with grace. Things begin to unfold naturally. You no longer chase what's not yours, what's meant for you arrives by divine design. Michael's voice comes like a melody, your life becomes effortless when you walk in alignment, because the universe walks with you. You start seeing divine fingerprints everywhere, in laughter, in nature, in quiet moments of gratitude. Even your past begins to look different, not as a series of mistakes, but as sacred steps toward awakening. You begin to live with eyes of faith. You know that whatever comes next, it's part of a greater plan. And that knowing, that unshakable trust, becomes your peace. So now, breathe deeply. Feel the strength of Archangel Michael flowing through you, calm, courageous, radiant. Let that energy settle into your heart and whisper, I am ready to live my divine purpose. I am guided. I am protected. I am light. And as this part closes, imagine a golden path stretching ahead, endless, glowing, filled with divine promise. You are walking it, not alone, but with angels at your side. Every step is blessed. Every moment is sacred. And in the next part of this message, Archangel Michael will reveal how to manifest through faith, how to co-create miracles with heaven, and how to step into your highest timeline of destiny with courage and love. When a soul begins to walk in purpose, a beautiful truth reveals itself. That we are not separate from the miracles we seek. We are the vessels through which heaven expresses its power. Archangel Michael speaks gently. The miracle you are waiting for is waiting for you to believe. For too long, many have believed that miracles happen only to the chosen few, those deemed more spiritual, more holy, more worthy. But Michael says that miracles are not rewards, they are reflections. They mirror the state of your belief. When you believe in love, love multiplies. When you believe in healing, the energy of wholeness begins to awaken inside you. When you believe you are guided, divine order begins to move unseen pieces into place. You are not begging the heavens for favor, you are aligning with the favor that already exists within you. Faith is not asking, faith is allowing. The law of divine alignment. Archangel Michael teaches that manifestation begins not with thought, but with vibration. Your outer world reflects your inner frequency. If your heart vibrates with fear, you will perceive blocks. But if your heart vibrates with trust, you will witness divine flow. He says, the universe does not speak your language, it speaks your energy. So if your prayers sound full of doubt, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail? You are unknowingly declaring lack. But when your heart says, I know it's already unfolding, even if I can't see it yet, your frequency matches heaven's rhythm. That's when miracles accelerate. Miracles are not magic, they are divine synchronization, moments when your faith becomes the key that unlocks heaven's timing. Michael explains. Faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It carries your vision from thought to form. The power of words and thoughts. Every word you speak carries creative energy. Every thought becomes a blueprint for your reality. Heaven listens not only to what you pray, but to what you expect. If your lips say, I believe, but your heart whispers, I doubt, then your energy becomes divided, and divided energy cannot create wholeness. So Michael says, let your words become your altar. Speak only what you want to create. Each morning, declare with authority. I am guided. I am protected. I am supported by divine love. Everything I need is already on its way. You are not commanding the universe, you are cooperating with it. Your words tune your spirit like an instrument, aligning you with higher frequencies. And when gratitude fills those words, they magnify. Gratitude turns a small blessing into an endless flow of abundance. Faith in action. Archangel Michael reminds you that faith is not passive, it is movement. To manifest miracles, you must act in harmony with what you believe. He says, if you say you trust the path, then take the step. You don't need to see the entire road to begin. Faith starts where sight ends. Every action you take in faith becomes a declaration to heaven, I am ready. When you align your intentions with divine guidance, the universe begins to rearrange itself for you. What once felt impossible becomes effortless. People appear at the right moment. Opportunities open as if by divine choreography. But remember, miracles rarely arrive in the form we imagine. Sometimes they come disguised as delays, lessons, or detours. They stretch you, refine you, and prepare you for something greater. So when things don't go your way, Michael whispers, be patient, beloved. Heaven's version of your dream is always bigger than yours. Clarity, know what you seek. Write your intention clearly, not from fear, but from peace. Instead of saying, I don't want to be alone, say, I am open to relationships that reflect divine love. Instead of, I don't want to struggle financially, say, I am aligned with prosperity that flows easily and supports my purpose. Words born from fear attract confusion, words born from peace attract miracles. Faith, believe before you see. Miracles manifest when you believe without evidence. When you trust that the unseen world is already working on your behalf. The universe doesn't test your faith, it mirrors it. So even when you can't see the result, act as though it's already done. Action, move when guided. When your spirit nudges you, call that person, apply for that job, release that burden, do it. Heaven works through inspired action. Each small step activates larger blessings waiting behind invisible doors. Michael says, faith is not waiting for a sign, it is the sign. The energy of trust. Trust is the soil where miracles grow. It is surrender, not giving up, but giving in to divine timing. You see, the universe doesn't respond to deadlines, it responds to faith lines. The stronger your trust, the faster energy aligns. Archangel Michael often says, you cannot receive what you don't trust yourself to hold. So if you want peace, stop expecting chaos. If you want abundance, stop entertaining scarcity. If you want love, stop doubting your worthiness to receive it. Trust creates the container that catches heaven's blessings. Seeing through the eyes of faith. When you begin to walk in deep trust, you see differently. You no longer ask, why is this happening, but how is this guiding me? Even challenges become sacred, opportunities to prove that your faith is not fragile. You stop reacting from fear and start responding from wisdom. And soon, life begins to flow like a divine conversation. You speak through faith, heaven answers through alignment. Michael teaches, when your vision is clear and your trust is strong, reality must bow to your belief. That is not arrogance, it is spiritual law. Heaven and earth were designed to cooperate with faith. The light of CO creation. You are not a powerless being waiting for divine intervention. You are a co-creator, designed to manifest light into form. Every prayer, every visualization, every act of love is a form of creation. When you align your thoughts with heaven's will, you manifest blessings that serve not only you, but all connected to your energy. Archangel Michael says, you are not creating alone, you are creating with the Creator. When you realize that truth, you no longer fear the unknown, because you understand that the unknown is simply the part of the plan you haven't seen yet. The miracle mindset. To live in miracles is to live in continual gratitude. It means thanking heaven before the answer arrives. It means saying, I trust, even when you don't understand. Miracles are not about control, they're about surrender. They're about saying, I know my heart's desires, and I release them to divine timing. That surrender releases resistance. And when resistance falls, miracles rush in like light through an open window. Michael says, the moment you stop chasing, what's meant for you can finally catch you. A prayer for miracles. If you're listening now, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and repeat softly. I am open to divine miracles. I am aligned with the energy of faith and gratitude. Archangel Michael, clear my path of fear and fill me with unwavering trust. May every step I take today reflect divine timing and heavenly peace. As you speak these words, feel the light expanding around you. A field of calm energy wrapping around your soul. This is the vibration where miracles are born. Stay in it. Live in it. Speak from it. And you'll notice that life begins to respond differently, effortlessly, harmoniously, divinely. The next level of faith. Faith is not something you master once, it grows as you grow. Every new level of life will invite a deeper level of trust. But each time you say yes to that trust, your light expands. You become stronger, wiser, and more radiant. Michael's final words for this part are simple yet profound. Never forget, the miracle was never outside of you. It was always you remembering who you are. You are the miracle. You are the proof of divine power walking the earth. And as you walk forward, heaven walks with you, every step, every breath, every heartbeat aligned with love. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the old self begins to fade, not because it failed, but because it has fulfilled its purpose. That moment is sacred. It is the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. And right now, Archangel Michael says you are walking across that bridge. Every trial, every delay, every unanswered prayer has been preparing you for this, the merging of your human will with your divine essence. You are rising into your higher self, the part of you that has always known peace, always known purpose, and always known God. This is not about perfection, it is about alignment. It's about remembering that the higher self is not something far away, it is the quiet voice within, the one that whispers truth when the world shouts confusion. Michael's voice comes like a soft flame in the dark. Your higher self is the part of you that never forgot heaven. The silent awakening. When this awakening begins, life feels different. You may notice yourself withdrawing from noise and distraction. Things that once entertained you may no longer satisfy your spirit. You may crave silence, not because you are sad, but because your soul needs stillness to hear God's voice clearly. This is not isolation, it is sacred incubation. The higher self grows in the soil of silence. It learns to discern the difference between the voice of fear and the whisper of intuition. Michael says, when the noise fades, truth speaks. So if you feel distant from the world lately, understand, heaven has drawn you inward to recharge, to reconnect, to remember. You are not being hidden for punishment, you are being hidden for preparation. Like a seed beneath the soil, you are being nourished in darkness so that you may rise stronger in light. The art of surrender. Rising into your higher self begins with one act: surrender. Not surrender to defeat, but surrender to divine flow. To surrender means to release the need to control outcomes, to trust that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will fall away peacefully. Archangel Michael says, you cannot rise while clinging to what weighs you down. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the story that you must earn love or prove your worth. You were created from love, that alone makes you worthy. Surrendering doesn't mean doing nothing, it means doing only what is guided by peace. It means replacing resistance with trust. And when you surrender fully, life begins to move like a river, graceful, unstoppable, divine. The higher self does not chase, it attracts. It does not force, it allows. It does not fear, it knows. Healing the past. As you rise higher, the past will sometimes reappear, not to haunt you, but to heal you. Old memories, regrets, or relationships might resurface so that you can see them with new eyes. Michael says, the past returns only when you are strong enough to release it. You are no longer the same person who lived those old stories. You now carry wisdom. You now carry light. So when the past knocks on your door, greet it not with shame, but with gratitude, because it shaped the strength you stand in now. Forgive yourself for not knowing then what you know now. You were growing. You were learning. You were finding your wings. Healing is not about forgetting, it's about understanding. It's about transforming pain into purpose and wounds into wisdom. When you forgive, you free your spirit to rise higher. And as you release the old, new blessings find their way to you with ease. Aligning mind, body, and spirit. Archangel Michael teaches that your higher self cannot fully express through imbalance. To ascend, you must care for all parts of your being, mind, body, and spirit, as one sacred temple. Feed your mind with truth, not fear, not gossip, not chaos. Every word you consume becomes part of your vibration. Nourish your body, treat it as the vessel of light it is. Rest when you are weary. Move when energy calls. Your body is not your enemy, it is your ally. Nurture your spirit, through prayer, meditation, stillness, or time in nature. The higher self thrives in simplicity. You don't need rituals or perfection, you only need sincerity. Michael says, the soul rises easily when the heart is at peace. So do not rush your growth. Your evolution is not a race, it is a rhythm. Heaven works through patience, not pressure. The voice of the higher self. The more you align, the clearer your inner guidance becomes. You start recognizing when a thought is from love and when it's from fear. The higher self always speaks softly, it never argues, never condemns, never rushes. It says, wait. Trust. Take this step. Let that go. Its guidance always leads to peace, even if it challenges your comfort. Michael says, the voice of your higher self is heaven speaking through you. When you honor that voice, your path begins to flow effortlessly. Decisions become clear. Synchronicities multiply. Peace replaces anxiety. You stop needing confirmation from others because your spirit becomes your compass. And that is true freedom, the kind that no one can give or take away. The test of transformation. Every rise comes with a test, not from punishment, but from preparation. As your vibration increases, life will ask, are you ready to live at this new level? People from your past may return to see if you'll react the old way. Challenges may reappear to test your patience, your faith, your peace. Michael explains. Tests do not come to break you. They come to reveal that you have already grown beyond them. So when you face resistance, do not shrink, stand tall. Remember who you are. Respond as your higher self would, with calm, compassion, and clarity. Each time you choose love over fear, peace over pride, faith over control, you pass the test. And every time you pass, your soul ascends higher. The new you. As you rise, something beautiful happens, your reflection changes. You begin to see yourself not as the world defines you, but as heaven created you. You walk differently. You speak with calm authority. You carry peace like a shield and love like a flame. People notice it. Some are drawn to it, others are challenged by it. But either way, your presence begins to awaken something in them too. You become a living message, a silent reminder that faith works, that love heals, that heaven is real. Michael says, when you embody light, you don't need to preach, your energy becomes the sermon. That is the purpose of rising, not to be above others, but to lift others through your vibration. Your light becomes contagious. Your peace becomes an anchor for those still in storms. And your story becomes a testimony that no pain is wasted and no life is ordinary. The final preparation. As this stage unfolds, Archangel Michael offers one last preparation: learn to live from presence. The higher self exists only in the now. It does not dwell on the past or worry about the future. It knows that God lives in this moment, this breath, this heartbeat. He says, heaven is not coming someday, it begins the moment you choose peace. So take a deep breath. Let go of the weight of tomorrow. Let go of the shadows of yesterday. You are here. You are safe. You are guided. This is where your power lives, in the now. From this point forward, walk with confidence that you are not waiting for light, you are light. Not waiting for miracles, you are the miracle. Not chasing purpose, you are purpose in motion. And as you rise into your higher self, Archangel Michael walks beside you, not as a distant being, but as divine energy within your heart. Every whisper of courage, every moment of peace, every spark of faith, that is him, reminding you that you are never alone. Closing message of Part 5. The higher self is not a destination, it is a way of being. It is living each day as if heaven is already within you, because it is. Michael's final words for this chapter are soft but powerful. Rise, beloved. The light within you is ready to lead the way. So rise. Rise in faith. Rise in peace. Rise in purpose. Because the next chapter of your journey, the one filled with divine manifestation and sacred destiny, is already waiting for you. You have reached the final part of this message, the part where heaven invites you to open your eyes to what you truly are. You are not here by accident. You are not listening to this by chance. Every word that reached your ears has been guided, perfectly timed, divinely placed. Archangel Michael wants you to remember something most people forget in the rush of life: you are light. You are not a mistake. You are not defined by your past, your pain, or the opinions of others. You are defined by the divine spark that lives within you, the same light that created the stars, the same breath that gave life to the universe. You've been through fire, yes. You've walked through seasons that made you question everything. But the fire wasn't to destroy you, it was to refine you. To make you pure. To make you strong. To prepare you for what is coming next. Archangel Michael says, "Do not cry for what is leaving your life. I am removing what no longer serves your purpose. I am protecting you from what you cannot see. I am aligning you with what your soul truly needs. The next chapter of your life will not require the same version of you that survived the last one. It will require a wiser, calmer, stronger, more focused version, the version heaven has been shaping through every trial and every test. There will be moments when you feel like giving up again. When prayers seem unanswered. When doors seem to close just as hope appears. But that's when you must remember this message: heaven never delays, it only aligns. What feels like a no might just be divine protection. What feels like silence might be preparation. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. You are being prepared for the day when your light will not just shine quietly but will illuminate others around you. There are people waiting for your story, your testimony, your healing. There are souls connected to your purpose. And every lesson you've learned was meant to prepare you for the moment when you step fully into that purpose. Archangel Michael continues to whisper, "I have gone before you to clear your path. I have placed favor where you feared rejection. I have moved mountains you didn't even know existed. So do not be afraid anymore. Stand tall. Walk in faith. You are not walking alone." Now, listen carefully, because this is the heart of the message. Heaven is not asking you to be perfect. Heaven is asking you to be available. To stay open. To stay faithful even when you don't understand. To keep your heart clean, your mind focused, and your spirit grateful. Because gratitude attracts miracles. Faith builds doors where walls once stood. And love, pure, unconditional love, is the highest vibration in the universe. This season, your task is simple. Forgive where you can. Release what you cannot control. Focus on what you can create. And believe that divine timing is at work, even in silence. The angels are moving around you. You might not see them, but they are there, guiding, protecting, whispering peace into your storms. You are surrounded by light, and that light cannot be taken away. Archangel Michael says, "You are safe. You are chosen. You are loved. And I am with you, not just today, but through every battle, every doubt, every sunrise." Let this message be your reminder, that no matter how dark the night, dawn always comes. And when it comes, it reveals what the darkness tried to hide: your strength, your faith, your power. You are walking into a new chapter now. One filled with restoration, abundance, healing, and purpose. The old chapter is closing, not because you failed, but because you've outgrown it. It's time to rise. It's time to shine. It's time to believe again. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. And say quietly to yourself, "I am ready. I am chosen. I am guided. I am protected. I walk with light." As you say it, feel peace wash over you. That warmth in your chest, that calm in your heart, is not your imagination. That's the presence of divine energy confirming that you are not alone. That you are exactly where you are meant to be. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. Heaven has heard your prayers, even the silent ones. And now, heaven is answering, not always with words, but with alignment, with opportunities, with quiet moments of peace. The more you trust, the more you'll see. The more you believe, the more you'll receive. And the more you release fear, the more love will fill your life. Now, as this message closes, let Archangel Michael's final words echo in your soul. Stand firm in your faith. Walk with courage. You are the light in a world that desperately needs hope. Never doubt the power that lives within you. For you were chosen for this exact moment in time. So rise, beloved. Rise with gratitude. Rise with peace. Rise knowing that every angel in heaven is cheering you on. Your story is not over, it's just beginning. And from this day forward, you will walk in divine strength, guided by love, protected by light, and empowered by truth. Because you are the chosen one. If this message touched your spirit, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, not just for more messages, but to spread light and peace to others who need it. Comment, "I am ready for my new beginning," below as your declaration of faith and alignment. May divine light surround you always. May peace fill your home and heart. And may Archangel Michael continue to walk beside you, now and forever.